Welcome everybody to 48 Talk, episode number 108. I am your host, Rage Baldi as always. Joining me this time, it's DX Takamina on the right, Derek on the bottom left, Colin Jans on the bottom right, and Josh Box as well. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I think I poured this not so right, but hey, we need preparations for this episode. Just a little bit of foamy, sure.
Top five.
Top
five.
Alright.
So yeah.
Before we get to the main event,
Yes.
how you guys been? I haven't seen you guys in a while, except for Colin.
Recuperating from a jet lag, but otherwise I'm pretty good actually. I'm relatively good.
Likewise. Been really busy, as usual.
And Josh woke up. Yeah.
Just woke up.
This is all the time zones we can have, I think. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's talk about that first before we get into everything, because a lot of stuff has happened on the music video wise. So DX, take it away and tell us about your trip from Japan.
Oh man. Yeah, it's been a while since I last went to Japan, so I returned to Japan this year in July and August. I wanted to. It was a bit of a semi-idle, semi-sightseeing tour because I wasn't traveling alone this time around. One of my classmates tagged along with me. I'm going to the idle stuff first, I would say, because well, that's the whole interesting point, I would say. First, Derek invited me to go to ABC for a concert for KTM Live. I never heard of the group before, but I was really curious about them anyway. So I went to the live at ABC. I really liked them. I looked up for some stuff back then, and it's more like I didn't know what to expect, but really enjoyed the concert. Second concert I went to was in Shin Okubo with NoAKBNoLife. I wanted to see them again, and they did a live there on Saturday morning. Really had a lot of fun. Also, met a girl right there, and she's fun actually. Derek was like, "Do you want to introduce her to me?" Actually, I've only met her just for a few moments there. It's like, okay, but yeah, really had a lot of fun at the concert, and actually did 2 checkies myself, and really it was really enjoyable. Sorry?
Who did you do the checkies with?
I did the checkie with Imaizumi Rei and Okaki. Actually, Okaki is my Oshi for NoAKBNoLife, so it was a really.
There you go.
I had a really lot of fun, and I stuck around until the whole checky session was over. So, met up with the hardcore base of NoAKBNoLife, and I was actually accepted. So it was lots of fun. Really enjoyed myself. Yeah, and after the 2 underground idol concerts, it was time for the Handshake Events. Ooh. The Handshake Events were in Makiramesse in Chiba, and yeah, there's something later that happened there today, but
We'll
that's
get
for
to
later.
that.
We'll get to that. But first up, on the first day, I was meeting up with my own Kamiyoshi Komiharu and Yamaguchi Maho. First was I actually won the two-shot ticket. It's more like not with the table, but you get to take a selfie with your Oshi. And had a bit of a talk, but I was so nervous. You guys see the picture.
You were more focused on how to take the picture, and she was just standing by. It's like, take your time, it's fine.
Just take it.
Yeah, I was having such a hard time because I never take selfies myself actually. So it's more like, okay, is this good? Okay, I guess it's fine, but
I've learned you use the side buttons to make it perfect, not just do this.
Okay,
But there's a button so you can just press it on that side.
Yeah, I had to learn about that, and it was too bad it was with my Kamiyoshi though.
Hey, at least you learned it.
Yeah, I learned it by now, I guess, but it's more like, yeah, this picture could have been a lot better. The second session that day was with Yamaguchi Maho. I tried to win the selfie shot again, but that time I lost. She is so sweet to talk to. It's more like I always was a bit in doubt if I liked Katamina or Mahon better, but after the handshake event, Mahon by far.
Okay, and now you'll get some letters from Flores.
Typing right now.
Right now, Flores. Sorry about that, but yeah, I'm switching to Mahon. But after that, I actually had to hurry out of there because I actually had a date the same day with a lady friend as well. So yeah.
Another
It was-
handshake event.
Yeah, but this time, yeah,
Funny.
I had a triple date pretty much that day. So it was more like it was a bit of a dinner date, and it was already pretty late, I would say. And it's about an hour trip from Makaremesse back to Tokyo. So yeah, I was pretty much running. Yeah, but the whole handshake tickets, it was so awesome. The pictures I took with the checkies, I'll put up in a separate blog post at the Patreon. I'm still working on it.
Cool.
Very cool.
And, the next day was Katomina and Sayane.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, first up was Katomina. That was in the morning session, I would say, and you could really tell she was really tired because that week she was flying up and about to Russia and back to Japan, and it really showed when I talked to her. She seemed really tired, and Flores also told me, "How did she seem to you?" Because I don't think she slept that much, and actually she seemed really tired. And Flores told me about her activities, and she was really busy with the recording of the new NGT single, and it really showed. But besides that, still, she was really happy to see the fans pretty much. So it was a nice interaction. So, and I got to take a selfie with her as well. So Flores
Oh, nice.
might still hate me for that, but
Hey, it looks good.
yeah, but that picture looked a lot better if you compare it to the Komi. So I guess it was a bit of a redemption shot.
Oh, Komi looked fine.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it could have been better though. Last up was, well, this one Yayo hates my guts for. I actually won a handshake event with Sayane.
Ah.
I entered the lottery just thinking I'm gonna lose out, and when I got the email, you actually won. It's like, I won? Oh boy. Well, when I went to the lane for Sayane, jeez, that one was long. It was really long.
Yeah.
It's a given.
Yeah, pretty much. So I think, but it went pretty. The line moved pretty fast actually. I didn't get to win the two shot sadly,
Ah.
but it was more like I was just happy to see her, and I want to just say, do your best till the end, and yeah, I hope to see you. I hope to see more of you once you graduate. And after that, my 10 seconds were about up, and they were really strict on the Sayane line because there were so
Yeah.
many. There were so many people, so you really couldn't smuggle a bit on the time. You couldn't smuggle any seconds. So, and I didn't do a whole lot of handshake events this time around. Normally, it was for the total I only had 4, but usually I do a bit of 10 or so. But I didn't have that much money, and I had to save up a bit more for souvenirs and such. But yeah, it's more like the whole handshake event thing was really nice. And besides that, I also visited all the theaters. So I went to Niigata, I went to Fukuoka.
You
I
went to a
saw-
bunch.
Yeah, I had the rail pass, and I really abused it pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I just took the Shinkansen at random to random cities as well, and Just
You were on the
explore
get-go
it.
to almost all of Japan, I would say.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but that's the sightseeing part because my travel partner was the first time in Japan, and he wanted to see a lot because first time, and he didn't know if he was going to return again. And since I was the more experienced guy, I got dragged along pretty much. So, but it was fun nonetheless.
Good.
And the sightseeing tours is your basic sightseeing tour to Kyoto, Osaka, the works.
Did you
and
went to the
standard-
cafe?
Of course. I went to the I didn't see the boat sadly, but I did went to the cafes in Nagoya and Akihabara. The cafe in Osaka is closed. It's only the shop there, but the cafe itself is closed in Fukuoka and Osaka, and Niigata doesn't have a cafe set. But I did visit all the stages.
Hmm. So did you
Uh,
get anything good out of the coaster system?
Yeah, actually, once I did the coaster system, I actually won Sasha Reno.
Ah.
And the guy next to me was like, "Do you want to trade? Do you want to trade?" He's like, "Nah, I'll take this one for myself."
Sure, I want to trade for 50,000 yen. Do you have it?
Yeah. Yeah, but because I know she is one of the more wanted coasters, I would say, but I didn't expect it to be that extreme actually. Because once I was walking around and I was comparing coasters with should I trade, and the guy behind me was like, "Yeah, I buy it for you for like 10,000 yen." Like, what? Nah, keeping it. Because
no, it's mine.
these are no, but they are really hard to get. So yeah, I'm keeping it.
Yeah. You know how hard it is to get a Yabuki Nako or something. I don't know. Well, it sounds like I had a good time in there.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Anything else you want to mention that you had on your trip? There was like, oh, this was very special on idol related stuff, or?
Not necessarily idol related, but I did learn and I made a lot of new friends.
Oh.
And a couple of them I still am talking to daily, pretty much. And
Awesome.
for me,
Good.
it's mostly me practicing Japanese and they practicing their English, pretty much. So
Oh.
See,
it's really fun.
Handy.
Actually.
look forward to that, Josh, when you're going in next month, right?
Oh yeah.
Next month? No, in 2 months.
October.
2 months, right? Yeah, October, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
October. Yeah, October.
Good. Look forward to that on that side.
Yep.
Well, that was your trip. Now we have another one who has another trip. Well,
Yep.
basically, it's now back home, I would say, but also not. So, Derek, take it away. We finally had the big East Meets West Music Festival,
Oh my.
and I think a lot of people want to know how it was.
Yes, take it away.
Yeah, like I think it was really nice to see DX in Japan. Just putting that out there, we had a lot of fun at those shows, and you know, it was kind of a nice distraction from the East Meets West Fest because that really took up a lot of my life and for the past 6 months. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was necessarily there wasn't anything negative about it that I could pull away. The only criticism I have of my own is that the attendance wasn't as good as I had hoped. I was hoping to pull at least 200 people. I got about 170-ish or so, if I count like all the media and then the enormous guest list, because people kept asking to be put on it, and so I was like, sure, why not? But it was nice in the sense that it didn't matter because everybody that was there had a blast. I haven't heard one negative thing yet. Nobody's complained. My whole big VIP system, nobody's had an issue with. There were 1 or 2 mistakes on my part as far as that went. I messed up on account with one thing, and you know, but the person I messed up for, they didn't care. So other than that, it went off pretty smoothly. Weirdly enough, everybody, like I said, everybody I met had a good time. We did have a few things. Sorry, Josh. Josh and Slow got screwed out of an interview because some other interview company that was there, who I won't mention, they took a ridiculously long amount of time, more than they should have, and that completely put Slope out. But those guys, you guys were all really nice about it. Also, too, somebody else had interviewed Hanako-san, because I had everybody going in shifts. We had them all in 3 different rooms. That's the case you're wondering what I'm talking about. Hanako-san got interviewed, and the person who interviewed him didn't tell me they were done. And I was on the phone, so I just didn't see. So she was just sitting in there waiting. So she missed an interview. That sucked. But those were the only drawbacks, literally the only ones. Everything else, I mean, I wrote about all this pretty in detail on my Patreon, you know, to kind of give people more of a really behind the scenes look of what I did. But I'd say overall, the idols came, they had a good time. They definitely got the most out of the experience. Yanako Sotomuto in particular, they, you know, it was their first time to America, so they were all wide-eyed. They had a blast. You know, they went to Disney. They were like kids in a candy store. You know, just so happy to be there. They didn't really speak a whole lot. I mean, rather, I didn't really speak a whole lot to them. I didn't have time. I was so busy with the staff that I didn't really get a chance to even do anything with any of the idols as far as talking goes. And Chroma, it's like I see them all the time, so I don't need to talk to them or anything. The real surprise of the entire festival is Hanako-san. I don't think there's a single person that walked away from that venue not loving that girl or knowing who she was and really wanting to support her. She killed it on merch, on checkies. She did the destroy checkie where she chokes people out. She probably did like 40 of those. And she choked me out too because everybody sung me happy birthday. the last night, and Hanako-san was right there singing me happy birthday. And then when everybody was done, she ran over to me, pushed me down on the ground, sprayed me with disinfectant, and then choked me out. So that was awesome.
Wow.
I didn't expect that. That's the first check I've had since I saw Migma's shelter back in, I want to say, early March. So it was kind of cool to like have that experience again because I haven't had it in a long time. I miss it. I would say like as far as Hanako-san went though, she was everywhere. She just decided to just be in the crowd the whole time. She talked to everybody. She stood in front of her Buppon table and basically just met everybody. She went in the audience to watch the other idols and the other groups perform. And what was really cool was that nobody bothered her. Nobody tried to hurt her or do anything or take weird pictures of her. I caught one girl videotaping her set, but that girl was awesome. I pulled her aside. I was like, hey, let's not do that. And she was totally cool. We ended up talking about idols for like 5 or 10 minutes. So other than her, like everybody respected my rules. They did everything I asked them to do. The VIP guests were incredible. All the regular people that came, like that just bought general tickets, kept coming up to me and thanking me. I don't know. It was a total success. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, except for the attendance, which could have been better, it was a total success. And the best part is I didn't lose any money.
Nice.
I didn't make a whole lot, but I didn't lose any. So that's awesome. I still have a bunch of things, to do to kind of follow up from the fest. But I came away from it being a lot more closer to like Ricky from Necrodome Idol, which I didn't think was possible. Me and him, we broke down so much because we were together almost the entire time doing work while everyone else was like having fun doing like Disney and Universal and Hollywood. Me and him we were working. But I think I also came away getting closer to Hanako-san, like as an idol. And when I say closer, I don't want anybody to infer anything with that. What I mean is like on a professional level, I think I'm going to work with her as much as possible here in Japan. So I was really happy about that. I think we really saw eye to eye, and also she's very sweet, and she helped me a lot, kind of see how to treat, I guess, idols in a way that need to be treated. I don't know. Maybe that's not the right way to put it. She was just really good to work with. Like, it was a good experience. Yanamu's staff were great. They move as a family. There's 4 of them. And they don't do anything outside of each other. So, like, when the girls went to Disney, all 4 of the staff went to Disney. When girls wanted to go to Hollywood, all 4 went to Hollywood. They never did anything apart. So I thought that was really cool. And also, they're super cool in the sense that they, like, really talk to me about Yanamu, about their experience in Yanamu, what they want to do with Yanamu in the future, which is a very interesting plan that they have. So I also want to be part of their future, which was really cool. I want to help them book more international shows, which they're totally open to having me do. Here in Japan, I'd like to work for them too on some level. I don't know how that'll work though, because my one and only loyalty is to Necroma, because Ricky took me under his wing. He's my senpai, so if he has a problem with that, I won't do it. But I kind of want to do it. I kind of want to insert myself into their world too, because again, they're my, they're great. Live, Yanamu blew everyone away. I don't know, Josh, did you like them? What were your thoughts on them?
They were like super intense, and everybody was really into them. And
yeah, considering considering nobody really knew a lot about them, they totally won the crowd over. What did you think of Hanako-san?
Oh, Hanako was great. Like, I don't think anyone expected that. And like when they saw her, they were like all amazed. Like even like the other bands that were there were like all amazed. Like the people running the merch and everything. Everybody just stopped what they were doing and just watched her.
Yeah, there wasn't a single person in there in the chain. I mean, even Kevin, who was running the chain's box office, even he came out of the box office to watch. Like, nobody didn't watch her. And, like, when she started tossing food and drinks everywhere, it was like, it was pandemonium.
I saw that picture of the guy filled with ketchup.
Andrew, yeah.
I heard the report from Steve as well, yeah. Oh, my God.
Oh, she nailed everybody. She crushed it, and it was fun because me and Ricky took her grocery shopping before, like, both.
Oh, we might give her ammunition right now, don't you?
Yeah, we were walking around with her. It was so funny because she was trying to find the worst shit she could. The worst stuff she could find, and it was just like amazing to see that. Like, she really put her heart into it.
Yeah, can I throw a squash? What would happen if I throw a squash into the crowd?
Yeah, right.
Oh, wow.
I mean, no, she was great. Necroma, you know, they're the queens. They did their thing. I don't know. Josh, did you think they were pretty on point both nights, or?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're hard to criticize. They just do it well. Everybody loved them. The bands, they were great too. So honestly, everything was good. I have to give thanks to every single person that was part of this. Thank you guys for allowing me to announce this every single week. Thank you guys for supporting it. I think I'll leave it on that. It was amazing. It was a really good time. What I'm doing next is kind of a follow up to that, but it's, you know, we'll talk about that at the end of this this podcast. I think, or podcast. I'm sorry, blogcast.
Podcast.
Anyway,
It's a podcast.
Podcast.
I think one thing that was cool that my biggest takeaway was that, you know, if you want to do something with idols and if you want to make something happen, you just do it. You just gotta get it out there. This is a dream that came out of a conversation with Ricky driving around the west coast of America, and then it became a reality when I went to a show in January for Yanami, and they said yes, and I already knew Necroma was going to come back to America, but I didn't expect Yanami to say yes. And then I went to a Hanako-san concert right after that, and also in January, and she said yes, and boom, I had my show. And then it just happens like that. You got to put it out there. You have to do a lot of work. A lot of people may not understand the level of time and dedication and money that this kind of thing costs, but I was able to do it because of all of you and just everybody watching this, everybody that supported this. Huge thanks, you know, lots of love, because it
and don't leave yourself out, man, because you gave such much dedication to this, you know, a lot of hearts, a lot of love to this. And well, this is your project, and you just said it's a success. People had an amazing time. It was just great to be there, I would say. And the people who didn't go or were thinking about going, well, you missed out.
Oh yeah.
You missed something, you know, historical on that side. So lesson learned.
Yeah,
maybe next time if Derek says I'm gonna make this event, you'll be like, well, I can trust Derek because East Miss West was so amazing to go there.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping what I'm going to do next, that's exactly the mindset people will have. I also hope people will be not, I don't want to say as critical online. There were some people that were rather critical, which really surprised me, especially given the people that I'm talking about. But I mean, it's cool too. Like I learned from their critiques. Like I'm not one to, you know, I have thick skin. I'm not one to just get offended or upset, but it's more like, okay, how can I make this better? You know, because that's what I want to do. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I have a passion for idols. I have a passion for bringing idols to the Western audience. I have a deep passion for working with idols and getting to bring their experience to the real world, because I just find them fascinating. And also, some of the best moments of my life have been with idols. You know, like doing this podcast, it's some of the best moments of my life. So I want to keep going with this because it's fun, but I also want to do it in a way. I mean, you can't please everybody, so I'm not trying to do that, and I don't. At the end of the day, you know, unfortunately, that's the truth. But I want to try. I want to try to get as many people on board as possible, because the whole point is to expand idols. You know, like when the idols came to the Netherlands, Robin and Colin and DX, that was amazing, right? I mean, look what you guys, this is what you guys did at the music store. Literally, the Chroma told me before they played and after they played, we really thought we were going to play to 5 people. And we had like 40, 50 people show up.
Yeah, something like that,
People were passing by and then coming into the store because they were so interested.
Right? And like, that's kind of what we're doing. We're putting them in like a display and saying, hey, come on in and check them out. And that's what you got to do. The anime convention at the Netherlands was a good example of playing to people that had no idea who Necroma were. And then they brought people in, you know, and that's what it's about.
The thing is, they are so talented. It seems like a waste if like the world doesn't know about them.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
And this is basically what you're doing. Yeah.
There's so many idol groups in the underworld. I mean, DX saw 'em. I mean,
Yeah, KTM. I'm a fan now, so yeah.
KT, you mean Character Architect, right? Like, yeah, like they are ridiculously talented and such a well-kept secret. And you know, yeah, go ahead.
When we complain about, you know, world music, like those multi-platinum artists that the hit singles, and they're like, well, this is crap what we're listening to. That's basically it, because the only thing is they get out there, they get newsworthy, they get up. So every time they put on something new, then you're like, okay, well, I know this artist because he did this, this, and this, and this.
Yeah.
Still, the music is crap, or he's not talented. But then you have like these, like Necroma is, you know, it's they're very secure, you know, in the undergrounds area, but once they get out there, you know, they're like, oh my god, they're talented, you know, never heard them about this, and then you just listen to them. Anime Con was still going crazy about it. It's like, I never heard this band before. They're so good. I'm gonna buy their CD, their LP. You know, I'm gonna
There
buy
were so
this.
many people at the Czechie stand. Oh my god!
Yes.
I remember. Yeah, so many people were there.
And the only biggest difference is, you know, they didn't get out there as much as per se some other artists who deliver crap.
Yeah.
And I think
Right.
that's the biggest difference. And that's what you did. You did, you know, you networked. You give the musicals. You give the opportunity for people to witness, well, greatness and get themselves out there. And that's what they're missing now. They're so talented. They don't have to worry too much about their music style. They just have to get out there. They just have to get themselves well known. I think that's the biggest difference that they're missing.
Yep.
No, you're totally on point. And again, I don't think people understand exactly when somebody like me does this, the massive responsibility I have for the safety and well-being of these girls, for their financial backing, for, you know, just getting them safely into a hotel. You know, I have to drive, you know, 15 people in a 15-passenger van. You're 14 people. That's scary, you know, because all it takes is one accident, and my reputation is gone, and I'm done, and I'll never be able to work with idols again. One accident, you know, and it's like, you have to be perfect in this business, and I am anything but perfect. But the thing is, at the same time, it's like when it does work, like I think East Meets West Music Fest worked, then you see the end result, which is so far I've seen on Facebook, not a single soul's complained. I've been sharing their experiences. They're super happy. I've gotten a million thank yous, a million emails and messages, per private messages. Everybody that got the VIP stuff were happy. I think I did okay with that. I think people were happy with their VIP package stuff. At least I hope they were. And so far I haven't heard anything negative. Steve, you know, Steve that was on our show, he did a YouTube like hour plus long review of the whole event. And, oh my god, it was just so humbling to hear his words. And also like he was so happy that I let him do these interviews. It was his first time he ever did interviews with actual idols, and it was kind of cool because it was like he was so nervous. Oh man. And like
yeah, I know how it feels. I know how it feels.
Yeah, his voice, you know what it feels, right? It's like when you're in front of those idols.
Yep.
It's weird for me because I don't really feel that way anymore. Like when I see an idol, like a big idol at a show, I'm just like, oh, it's Garza-sama. It's like whatever, you know. I don't. It doesn't even bother me anymore. I mean, there are a few that would still, but very few. Versus like Steve was like, hi, how are you? And then there was a couple others that were at the interviews too that were like that. I mean, Josh is a pro, so like if you saw Josh's Nick Necroma video where he was teaching me English, I mean, Josh you just look so comfortable with them because you've done this a couple times now. But even then, I think you could say, Josh, there is a little bit of intimidation, right?
There's still a little bit, yeah.
They're still intimidating because they're beautiful girls, they're smart girls, and then on top of that, they're just really super talented, and it's like they're idols. I mean, they have that idol veneer and aura. So it was also cool again to see like when the idols were walking around the chain reaction, people just really like, you know, or like when we got out of the van and we pulled up and everybody was like clapping and like, oh my god, it's them, and it's like, wow,
starstruck.
Starstruck.
That's one of my personal joys to see people starstruck. Like the girls that were videotaping Hanako-san, they were so. Or the one girl, she and her friend, they were so starstruck by Hanako, it was unreal. Like they were completely mind blown. And then Steve was too. Steve was like, "There's Hanako, like 5 feet away," and he's like, "I want to talk to her, but I don't know Japanese." I'm like, "Dude, just go. She's awesome. Like you won't understand her because her Japanese is really odd, but like go ahead and have fun." So and he did, and I think it's like, it's so freaking cool to do that, and it's like DX met a bunch of people at the Handshake and AKB, and I'd say there is a lot of intimidation factor there, at least for me. Like when I met Mahone, I was kind of intimidated because the girls, I mean, you know.
Yes, yeah.
Ridiculous. Like
yep.
Perfection walking amongst us, literally.
Pretty much.
But it's like I met her twice. By the second time I met her, we were like old friends, you know. I was like, hey, what's up? You know, it's like I guess for me, that has gone down, but it was fun to see everybody do that. And again, bringing everybody out, you're responsible for all that. That's the only thing I want people to understand. My biggest takeaway from this is like, I know how to do it better now. I learned a lot. I was happy to see everybody happy because that made me happy. That's the whole reason I did this, so that people could walk away with smiles on their faces. We had some crazy things like people getting tattoos of the girls' signatures on them. We had
I saw that.
Holy
Holy moly.
Yep.
That's Clint and Eric. Yeah, Clint and Eric are amazing fans, and they're awesome people. They flew very far to come to the shows. So like, you know, all power and respect to those guys. But everybody did stuff. Everybody did crazy, crazy stuff.
It's pretty sick. It's pretty sick to have the official signatures of like the entire Necronom idol on your back.
Yeah.
Just in
It's
there.
awesome.
And he did it immediately. It's like
Yeah.
I think he went straight away. He got the ink basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, okay, I'm going, bye guys, and he's like, I gotta go now. It's like, can't make an emergency appointment.
Yeah. Like Eric, the guy you're talking about, had it on his back with he had the Necroma symbol and then the signatures. I think he's from Iowa, so he flew all the way back home and he preserved that while flying. And then
Wow.
Clint, I want to say, is from the Virginia, and he had gone to Portland in December and gotten all the Necroma tattoos except for Hina, because Hina wasn't there. So he got Hina's tattoo, but then he surprised me and he got all of Yanamu and all of Hanako, and he went literally right after the first day, he went and got it tattooed, and then he came back second day. He said, hey, look what I got.
Wow.
The Yanamu girls freaked out. They couldn't understand it. They're like, why? The one girl's like, Nande, like, why?
So I'm thinking about this. Is there? I don't think that's a very Western custom thing to do, right? If you're fan enough to get a tattoo on that, because you know Japanese tattoos is yakuza basically.
Yeah.
So
Basically.
they don't understand. It's like, but basically it
Exactly.
goes to them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, well, there's a few Necroma fans in Tokyo. One in particular, Himari Oshi, who has her name like all down his side, like this whole thing, like it's huge. And there's a few that do that, like for Necroma, but again, it makes sense because Necroma's more Western appealing. So it's like, I don't know, you wouldn't necessarily see that for like, you know, maybe Bish or something. I don't know, maybe you would. But the thing is, it's like, it was cool to see that. Like this festival made that happen. So it's like I feel directly responsible for now those guys having permanent ink on them for the rest of their life because of this. And it's cool. It's a cool freaking feeling. And I just, again, I had to take care of these girls. I had to make sure they were safe. They were fed many times a day because, you know, Watanabe, who does, you know, whack productions, who does like Bish and Biss and Great, all the big underground idol groups. So you can't even call them underground anymore, I swear. He said once, if you want a happy idol, you feed them. So if you're a producer and you want a happy idol, you make sure they're fed. And if they're fed, they will be happy. And he's right. So I've a lot of feeding of idols this trip. and also, like just overall, I just want people to understand my point of view, that it's a lot of dedication and responsibility and work. It's not going to be perfect. I'm not perfect, but I did my best, and I hope everybody was happy with it. And that's it. So but thank you guys. Honestly, thank you guys. It was, you know, it was a trip.
A lot of hard work, but it gets rewarded in the end.
Exactly.
And we need to talk about AKB now, because like now that that's aside,
Before,
let's get into that.
I still want to hear Josh a little bit on his point of view.
Yeah.
So, because he
please,
was of course a guest, and he had some interviews on there. So, could you add anything to Derek's story on the experience you had to this East Meets West Music Festival?
Yeah, sure. So I was a little bit of an outside perspective because I was like media, so I was like filming the whole time. So I got to see everyone's enjoyment, just like how Derek saw it, but also got to see Derek work, and Derek was just running around the whole time talking to everyone, making sure everything was okay. So I think he did an excellent job on that. He like didn't have he only stopped for like a moment just to watch like real quick, and then he like went again, and then just started moving again. So he was nonstop.
Oh wow.
And you can see all the hard work in there. Yeah, but it seemed like everyone totally enjoyed it. Everyone was there. Thanks to Yes Tiger, who put the chant calls. Everybody was yelling along and everything. And it was just great to see, especially with like them seeing new groups. Like I know Yanamiu already. I've listened to them for a while since Derek introduced me. And they're great, and just even seeing through my lens and seeing them, like I want to see them like officially and then perform, because they're absolutely great. And the little bit that I saw was like super good, and Necroma always super good. Hanako surprised everyone, and overall it was just a super great experience, and I think everyone involved really enjoyed it. Interviews went great. One of them was a little shorter, and one of them I couldn't do, but we saw the Necroma video that got released on Slope Club, and even though it was short, I feel like it was still to the point, right guys?
It was so much fun.
Yep.
Oh my god, I'm
Oh my.
so much. Wait, Josh, really quick. Who was your favorite performer over the 2 days? Band and idol. Which ones? Which ones kind of hit you? If you had to.
I were to guess, I think Yanami, just because I've seen Nekoma before, and I think Yanami's style is like a little bit different than theirs. I think I enjoy Yanami, but then Nekoma again is always solid, so not putting them down. But I think Yanami stuck out a little bit for me.
And then band.
And then band. What was the second band that played?
Wolf King.
Wolf King, yeah, Wolf King stuck out to me.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah, they were super
They
good.
were real good.
Hey,
Yeah,
if,
but overall, I think everybody enjoyed it for sure.
if I personally go back to Japan again, going to an Acromodol show is definitely on my list. That's like
Oh yeah.
one of the top reasons to go back because
Yep. So it's really fun. I can hardly recommend going for it. Exactly.
just seeing them, you know, when we were in the music store and then at Anime Con, that gave me such a hype feeling, and now I just want to see them on their turf and see how
Yep.
they do it over there.
I got blown away, man. I got blown away.
Exactly. So that's definitely a must. If you ever go to Japan and you're in name, just look them up because they do shows regularly, I would say.
Yeah, Yeah, Underground Idols do shows typically 2-3 times a week. So yeah, they're at least twice a week. I'm doing something with them. So yeah, you have there's plenty of chances to see them. So
They're very good. So do that if you ever go over there. All right.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
All right. Before we go continue this, how do we do this? Do we do first the coupling songs and then go to the main event, or should we rant first on the main course?
Let's lead up, and then finally hit the point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the MV. I haven't heard Colin in a while, so Colin, would you care first to start us off with one of the MVs of the coupling songs you've seen? You're muted.
You're muted. You're muted.
Oh, that figures it.
That's why I didn't hear you so much.
I was just listening to the stories, you know. I was like, I'm gonna sit here and just listen.
Perfect.
It's cool. It's cool.
The Sakai group, 80 till 100, Wakey Now. I thought the MV was simple. It was so simple that I kind of want to see it in its entirety because, well, I was like, is this it? I didn't see like Oya or Machurin, or I just didn't see that many girls. I just want to see more of it. It
Felt incomplete.
Yeah.
I needed more. I liked how they began in the beginning with the ratio being different from old movies. I like that. That was fun. I want to see more. Incomplete. Yeah, I want to see more of it.
Anyone want to resolve into that or add to that to Colin's feature to the MV?
It felt a bit empty for some reason. The special, it was more like maybe it's because of a short and being incomplete, but I don't know. I want to see more. I need to see more, so I can't really judge it right now because it felt incomplete pretty much. So yeah.
I want to say that was the one that was specially edited.
Yeah.
And when the Team B song from Teacher T-shirt was also specifically edited for YouTube, and it's better to see when they do that. You have to see it in its whole because it's very different. So I want to see the whole of it.
Yep, same here.
Josh, Derek?
Yeah, I agree.
Edited?
no, I think Colin hit it around the head. It was threat. It was bare bones. You know, I mean, musically. For me, none of the couplings did anything for me. This is a rare case where actually, so far, I haven't heard a single coupling song I liked. So overall, the single and all the coupling songs for me were a flop. But this one wasn't particularly bad. It just like Colin said, just not a lot there to grab onto. So I wonder if there's more.
So yeah, Josh, you said specially edited.
Yeah, what does that mean?
It's not the real MV. It's not how it goes. You know, if you watch probably the other MVs, what you see is probably in the same order. But did you watch the Team B song from Teacher Teacher?
Probably.
Remember that one? It was black and white, but if you watch the entire MV, it is. I want to say
they changed
white
it later.
first.
Yeah.
And then they go over to the black. And when you saw it on YouTube, it was black and white intertwined. So it was specifically edited differently for YouTube just to show both the girls in black dresses and white dresses. I don't know how they edited this one, but they did. So it must be.
So who stood out in this MV?
For me, Ueki now. It was the only one who I noticed.
Yeah,
really.
Basically, what I thought of this MV is it's the worst one because there's no appeal to it. It's like you have a song going, but there's no interaction between like this short amount of time. None of them, you know, it's like the background noise of watching a movie, basically. And there's nothing happening. They're walking, and no one's talking, no one's opening mouth, no interaction. They're just walking, and then you suddenly see some lampoons going in the air, and that's it. And it was like, okay, I expect a little bit more if you want to tease us a little bit for this song, but yeah, it didn't appeal to me to this side as well.
It was way too bare bones, I would say. So yeah.
All right, Derek, which coupling song MV would you like to talk about?
I think for me, there was the one where, and again I apologize, I'm bad with the names. They were on the yukata.
Yeah, that was this one.
That was with Ueki now.
Yeah, that's Ueki now.
Yeah, that's with Ueki now. That's actually the one that stuck out the most to me, actually,
Really?
because I just like, because I liked how they looked and everything. But like he said, it was specially edited. But there was another. No, there was another. The one when they were at the bowling alley, I thought. Was
that's the
Yeah, the bowling alley one was fun because.
Tomodachi janai ka. Tomodachi janai ka. That one.
Yeah, Megu-tan was.
Yeah, Taniguchi Megu.
Point, man.
Perfect center. Oh.
My Miyoshi, yes.
She crushed it. Like, I kind of saw for a moment the face of AKB going into the next couple years. I really think.
Oh yeah.
And her face is really appealing. Like when you look at her, it's hard not to look at anything else because I don't know if it's that that crap-eating grin she has that she always has. It's kind of like it's the Jurina thing going on. Jurina has kind of a similar thing with her smile. Even when but then she can turn her face angry, you know?
Yeah. It's her
that.
facial features. She can mimic so many emotions throughout that face, and just when she saw she's playing like this Ikemen guy at a bowling alley, in the 50s. I would say.
Somewhere like that.
That like slick back, like Grease Lightning style, and then the girls show up, and she goes like, "Oh my God, so many beauties!" But then going in there like a battle because they have their bowling center, and it's like this is a very fun music video. The song itself was but Taniguchi Megu in that music video was so appealing. It's like my focus was entirely at her, and I know it's like a lot of other people, Taniguchi Meo is like in there, but Megu was Tomonaga Mio was in there, but Megu was just very focused as a center should be. And it was not like distracting too much because I think the way a center works is you have to have this appeal that has the main focus, and then you can look at the rest of the group, and that's what basically she did. You knew it's like, okay, I have to follow this scene. Okay, now I've saw Megu, and now I'll see the rest of the group. And I think if Megu is actually a perfect center, I would say. So maybe in the future we'll see, hopefully, that she'll be a center to this because.
She actually has Korean fans as well. Thanks for reaction videos.
They call her reaction queen, and it's truly noted.
The unofficial 97 member of
Produce 48 reaction videos. Oh, so great.
I would say out of the girls that didn't participate in Produce 48, Megu is the one that a lot of people liked, and it's probably it is from the showrooms that they do every Friday, and she has done the most. I want to say 5.
Well, she wants to because she's like begging to management. She's like, "Can I please be on again? I missed 1 week."
And she has nothing to do because Team B stage isn't for another week or 2, so it's like.
I heard some rumblings. I heard some rumblings for her to be added as a sort of live coverage thing for the final episode, actually. There were some rumblings about it, but I'm not sure if it's confirmed yet or not.
Maybe.
We'll see. Derek.
Oh, it's fine. It's just very interesting. No, so I was just gonna add something really quickly as kind of a side note for Megaton's MV. You know, again, the 50s style. Actually, when my very first time in Japan, I went to Hiroshima, and I remember walking around there. I saw at one point at night a bunch of Japanese men and women dressed like 50s, and they had a boombox. They were listening to old 50s music. They were just dancing like in a circle, and I saw that repeatedly in various spots in Japan since then. There is kind of a fascination, a cultural fascination with like the whole James Dean look and back in the 50s and the greaser look and stuff. And I thought Megaton looked really amazing as a greaser like that. You know, their hair slicked back and everything. And I also think, again, it's a real testimony to her that she's so versatile. This is a girl who was going to be a ballerina. And look at her. And now she man. She can be on AK Bingo. She was able to stand out right at the very beginning when Women's Rush Hour came on, and you know she had the stare downs and again in the AKB universe, it's so hard to really distinguish yourself from a crowd of 400 plus girls, and she's managed to do it multiple times. But finally, this girl gets to be a freaking center, and she crushes it. It sucks that the song is not. I can't remember a single note. It's so bad. But
the MV is just amazing.
That MV's great. That MV's so much fun. There was one point when all the girls are like sitting there like doing this or like doing their heads, and it's almost sarcastic. It's almost like, yeah, we know we're pretty, and we're gonna do this and mock it because we're pretty. And it's like there was like a self-awareness to that video that made me really smile because AKB, they're one of the classic earmarks of AKB in the past 10 years is when they're self-aware. The Golden Gen were super good about being self-aware. Yeah. Like I was watching the Yasai vegetable MV.
Oh yeah,
and I was just thinking like how all those girls had the funniest smiles on their faces because they knew they looked completely stupid.
Yeah.
They had so much fun. And it's
yeah.
Like so it's like this MV echoed that earlier, more fun, self-aware, like we know we're being silly, but hey, we're idols, so forgive us kind of milieu that they build in AKB. That's the AKB I love right there. When they're silly like that. And this MV kind of it just said, hey, we don't forget that past. We're gonna invoke it here. Again, sucks the song was bad, but it's great that Megaton got her point of fame, so to speak, if I can use this kind of drawing analogy of what she was trying to do in the MV versus what she's really doing in life, which is, you know, she's a center and she's finally able to be a center. I don't know. I'll go bowling with her any day.
All right, Josh, your turn. Which coupling song?
Let's go for Aruhi Fuini. That's the one with the Future Girls with the center of.
Kurano Narumi is center.
The pink.
The pink one.
Yeah, so
like so pink.
I was thinking it was so pink, and I'm thinking, well, the center is Kurano, but this was basically meant for Komiyama. Komiyama Haruka, basically.
This was a Komi video,
It was so Instagram worthy, just the entire area. And just in the entire round of physics and balloons and trying to make things fly, very bubbly, very funny on that side. What do you think further, Josh, on this song?
The song, I feel like it started off, and I thought it was gonna be something else, and then it went to a little bit safe on the safe route, and then at the very end, since this is our like short music videos, I feel like it was going to something else again, gonna bring that back. So I don't know, I might have to listen to the full one for this one. See how it is.
But did you like it?
Did I like the music video? It's very, very cutesy, very like pink. Oh, hey, here's us goofing off, pretending to be scientists.
Yeah.
So if you're into that, then definitely I can see you enjoying it.
Komi looked fine.
Yeah, she was awesome actually.
I think
it was more like it felt like it was Komi experimenting all around, like she usually does on Instagram. So yeah, it's just
it felt more like her music video, and then the rest of the others.
Yeah, exactly. Not that not complaining, she's not Oshi, but yeah, it felt like Komi was center and not Kurano Narumi, even though she was supposed to be center. Oh well.
All right. Anything else on that music video, or it was more like was there?
I liked it.
I liked it.
All right.
Fun.
DX?
For me, I really like the. Let's see. I really like the Gotomono one, the Hito Matsuno
the
Deki Koto.
bagpipe.
Deki Koto. Yeah,
Those
I really
colors.
like that actually. The
My
video,
favorite.
the video felt really serene, and the song
Yeah, that's right.
it had a build up, and then when I thought it was explode, there was a bit of a diversion, and then it exploded with the sound. I really like the song actually, and the video felt really serene in all the nature, being all in nature, and just it felt innocent and really serene, if I would
The
say.
reason it
Yeah.
stood out so much for me is, first off, Gotomo is amazing. You know, Produce 48
Yeah.
helped a lot. Even though now I know that her rhythm is a little bit off compared to the rest of the other
Yeah.
people, still, there is something new to this, and this is what we've been talking about, Derek, for so much. It's like
Yep.
they want to be innovative, they want to be new. Give us this as the
Yep,
main
exactly.
song.
The
This would have
Exactly.
been better if this was the main, the main song on the single, because it had a nice build up, and then suddenly bagpipes.
Yep.
It's like you hear the song going away, and just give a strong feeling, give a good feel good moment. It's like no things building on the other side that doesn't have anything to do with the music video or the song type. I would say this has really come to here. It's much better than the main song, I would say.
by far, by far.
For me, I think they're all pretty terrible, but I would say like I did appreciate the innovation, so I'm right there with you. I'm not a big fan of bagpipes, so I guess maybe that's why I don't hear it. But again, at least they're trying. You can see the gears. They're starting to grind a little, so that's good.
And
It's not a bad thing.
and this is very good that you said trying. Okay. So back when we were talking, on Messenger and stuff like that, Colin asked the question, "What do you mean it's like when it's just a coupling song?" And I told him it was when you show effort, when you try, when you show emotion into a song, then you get that elevated feeling. And with coupling songs, is most of the time you just fill in some, just some tones in there, just tones in there, throw it out there, let the girls dance, and print it. With this though, with the Gotomoe version, you can tell there's been like some effort in there, some emotion in there to try and make it feel something. And
Yeah.
the biggest example I would say in the Kei Kizaka side, you can always tell that their coupling songs are totally different songs. They prepare a new style, they try the effort in there. You can still see that the efforts. AKB48 has been for a long time, so the effort has become very minimal. But sometimes they do that, and then you can notice it's not just a coupling song. So do you understand a bit, Colin, or do you have a lot more questions on that side?
No, well, you do have to ask that we did. That was in response to the Next Girl. No, not the
Undergirls.
Next Girls, the Undergirls song, the Sandals one, and that was more because I listened to that song, and I asked that question, and that was the response. That was not per se for this song, in fact, but I do know where you're coming from.
Yeah, so speaking of which, indeed, the Undergirls song. So now you've seen the MV with the song type. Do you personally agree that it's just a throwaway song?
I'm in the middle with this one. When I heard, I usually I don't listen to a song without the MV being released. So I broke the rule on this one, and not because of you, Robin, but I regret that I listened to it initially, because well, the first thing I heard about it was from Flores. He said it was summery and jazzy. I like that. I thought, okay, that's what we're going to get. Then I saw the MV and I thought, this is dark.
Yeah.
I like jazz. I like that jazzy sound. I really liked it when I heard it on the radio. All Night Nippon. I was like, well, I like that. It sounds summery. And then I saw the MV and I was like, okay, it's dark. What? It's not what I was expecting.
It clashes a bit, yeah. It clashes.
Yeah, even though it wasn't. It was aesthetically pleasing,
Your
at least for me.
center for that song is Kaotan.
Yeah,
a
that was-
variety
yeah.
girl, a funny girl, can show the side, make the song funny, make it something to her personality-wise.
I didn't even.
This
get
was
to
the complete opposite.
Opposite, yeah.
The only thing, of course, stood out for me was Kojima Mako because she had a nice outfit
Ah,
on, and she has a very
yeah.
good characters. But other than that, the entire song felt flat. There was nothing, not one moment I'm enjoying this a lot. It was a combination of, remember Team Case where Sayane was there for the last time with Tanuyuka, when they had like the Spanish
Oh yeah.
no going there. That was a little fun. But with this, it didn't feel anything. It was just emptiness, like darkness, but it should be like a summery jazzy feeling. It had nothing of that. It was so flat. It you can see dead eyes coming out of Karutan while she stares into like a bottle or something. I don't know what this was, but it really felt so flat.
Yeah, it really sucks because to me, I always feel with Karutan, like I thought she looked beautiful and amazing in this MV. She was, for me, easily the highlight of the whole MV. But you're right. It was like, let's just do the song. It's a coupling song, and who cares? It really was like no effort put into it, in my opinion. Also, too, was it just me, or did you get the feeling like this was like a teacher throwaway video? Because weren't they in a jungle in this one too, or like?
Yeah, I think so.
I remember the what's the again? Future Girls or Next Girls? So Future Girls is like the lowest rank, right? Something like that. There was like a couple of years back when you remember when they had like the picnic table and they go with the they go into a jungle in that song as well. I thought it was the same jungle. It was like okay.
Yeah, they're still there. They're still there. They're still eating. I thought like you know, again, usually, not say usually, but we've had some really pleasant surprises with Undergirl songs in singles, and some fun ones. But this one was not the case. Like I said, overall though, the single for and all the coupling songs were just mostly throwaways in a sense. I mean, just some light at the end of their dark tunnel, but it wasn't enough to like I wouldn't even buy this CD. I wouldn't buy any of the songs. Like there's nothing on it that would actually make me as excited as I was leading up to this. You know, that I think the journey to get to this whole arrangement was more interesting than the songs themselves. That's usually the case with AKB, unfortunately. But I would say I'd say usually as far as the past few years ago. But again, it doesn't. This song, whoever's doing these MVs, their videography crew are just next to none amazing. Like even taking something as simple as a jungle picnic, they can turn it into something really mesmerizing to watch because they really capture the girls and their beauty. So I will give every single MV props for that. Whoever is behind this camera knows what the heck they're doing. All the crews at this, I mean, Josh, would you agree? I mean, you being our resident,
I think especially for this music video. Especially for this music video, I feel like it's really aesthetic, and I really like the whole theme that's going on, and the colors and everything, how it works out, and like the weird framing they put on for some of the clips and everything. I feel like it all mixed in.
The only thing I'll say about the color scheme, and also in general with these MVs, with the exception of the Yukata video, is it just me, or is AKB taking a darker turn? Because it's like, have you noticed that like the Megatons video, I guess, wasn't really dark, but it's just like, how do I put it? It's either super pastel or like muted and matte.
Oh yeah.
It's one or the other anymore. What happened to the Mizugis? What happened to the? Let's have the flying drone shot of the girls and like going by their bikini bodies and like just dancing, having a good time, and dogs running around and Takamina getting buried in sand.
Robin has an answer.
Well, I know another idol group that's currently very successful by emanating the little darkness style in there while throwing their one song.
Necronominal's great.
Perfect, Colin. No, but what the thing is, like, if I go back to Garasuware from AKB48, they have the darkness, they have that, and then they have bathroom travel. So it's like, so they combine it to the darkness and then one happy song, and that's basically what they did with this single. It's like, okay, you have like the sad and emotion, and then we're at a bowling alley. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Pink. No.
Pink. Okay.
Actually, now come to think of it, that's how you can describe all the MVs. Sandals, pink, bowling alley, bagpipe, yukata. That's how we're going to refer to them.
Okay. So,
oh boy,
are you ready now? because I'm going on a rant. So
Yeah, I want
sit
you-
back,
Let's hear it.
relax.
Okay.
And listen. Oh boy.
We've been speculating for the moment Matsui Jurina announced that she is taking a hiatus. That her physical condition is not well. She got out of Produce 48, sadly. She's not coming back soon. We're thinking, hey, the MV needs to be filmed. How are we gonna fix that? What are you gonna do? Well, we've been learned they're gonna edit him in later. It's like, okay, well, you can still, but how are we gonna do it? I did not expect they would go on this amateuristic route, I would say. It's amazing they did it, but that is... You ever watch the extra version on, like, per se, a Disney movie? And, you know, you have the scenes that didn't make the cut. And then you have, like, well, we were, like, on this moment far, and this what it would have been looked like. We had the voice, we had the scene drawn out, but it wasn't fully animated yet. I was watching this, and this was actually the final cut. Well, they didn't say it's the final cut. It will come in the future. No. Right now, as is of state, this is the cut you're presenting to us. This is basically you're handing in your homework to your teacher, and your teacher has to go to this. Okay. So.
Oh boy.
First off, we get this scene where you have Sakura just doing all the talking, looking at the stars, and you see someone figure, but it's like, hang on, who's supposed to be that? They're not showing her face, they're not, and I'm thinking, oh no, I'm just continuing like this in this thought. And then you get them sitting at a table, and they're talking, like, basically, this was Jabba but without the slow motion. They're still at the same area, and they're still talking about all the events that are happening. Then you cut to Suda Akari sitting there, and then that person you saw at Sakura, the backside, it's like, okay, there she is, same dress, okay, hanging out. What's this? Okay, now you see a yellowish screen with a drawn out girl with text on it. No sound whatsoever. It's like, oh my god, they storyboarded Jurina, Matsui Jurina in this. They stunt doubled Matsui Jurina in this. And I'm already like, oh, is this their solution? And it's like, okay, this is not... I don't even hear the song right now. I'm just so focused at currently in there. But the song is just this background noise I don't even hear. Then they get into the chorus, and then you have like, da-da-da-da-da, whatever. They go doing the dance, and then suddenly it shows the 3D animated model what the center position would have been if Matsui Jurina was there. And I just yelled it out at home. It's like, no way they did this. Are you freaking kidding me? This pixelated figure supposed to be Matsui Jurina. And just it went on and on. This video is 10 minutes and it's just complete. This sucks. This is I think I didn't expect this to be this bad. And I'm thinking, am I the only one giving this backlash? Am I going in this? No, like the majority is saying this is just the worst thing they give into that. This is a product that you're not supposed to give in. I would rather say, hey, we're postponing this single until Matsui Jurina comes back. And then we'll fix it later. You just have to hear the audio version. No MV for this song until she is back. But no, they had to, you know, we're under pressure. We have to please the fans, or we have to make those still. We have to make those Oregon sales chart list. It's like, I was so appalled to this video. I think the only worst thing one is it's so long with the intern doing the music video with the green background and trying being there. I think that's still the worst MV, but this one is getting damn close because this is there's not one thing I can say this is positive about this music video show. This is already now the worst song MV I would say of the year.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm done.
If you want to see some good characters, here's some better CGI.
Yeah.
Watch them.
It's the same group. Yeah, it's the same group. AKB. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's under your wing, AKB. What the hell?
Well,
but-
here's the takeaway from this for me. What is going on with Matsui Jurina? Like, what happened to her? Did she catch like some kind of debilitating illness? Or, I mean, let's be honest, the sickness excuse is the go-to idol excuse. And I can tell you from working in the idol industry, idols lie. That's all I'm going to say. Idols lie. And they lie because their management tells them to lie. Now, I'm not talking about Necroma, so just get that out of your head. But I am very much aware of other groups that lie. And if the underground world does it, you can be darn sure the major groups do it.
Yeah.
And I just keep thinking, okay, what is the real reason? Did she get pregnant? Are they trying to deal with that? I'm being serious because what she's been out since what, June?
Yeah, somewhere like
The
that.
day
2
after the
months.
Sosenkyo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on. What is really happening here? Now, that's the biggest concern for me. The envy is it's a byproduct of whatever is going on with this girl. I love Matsui Jurina to death. We all voted, you know, I not all this, but we really wanted her. I really wanted her to win this. I thought she was a worthy name to put up on the placards of girls that have won the Sosenkyo. She deserved to be there. Now I'm thinking, were we all wrong in thinking that?
Yeah.
Or did something genuinely bad happen to this girl that the management's just trying to cover up? And that's the biggest thing for me. When I saw that video, that's all I kept thinking. Well, how horrible the videos was. I agree with you, Robin. Easily the worst video of the year, probably the past 10 years. It's horrible. But I would say the music didn't help either. You know, the music was, again, to me, it was whatever.
Down.
It's just, yeah, it is what it is. But what's really happening with AKB here with that? When your queen is out for, it's going to be, I mean, she keeps going. It's going to be, what, half a year of her Sosenkyo reign. She's not even here.
Yeah.
I think there's a bigger problem here than a bad MV. There's a much bigger problem. And I don't know what's going on. I wish there was some honesty coming out of the AKB camp, because at least then I can understand it. I'm not buying the sickness thing even for a second. I don't think unless she is genuinely sick, well, give me the name of the disease that is debilitating her to the point she can't get out of bed or do her duties. Or here's an idea, you know, renounce your crown and give it to Dasu and let her do it, because Dasu's been busting her butt.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All props to Dasu and all props to her fans. That girl has taken the F over, because Sakurtan's a little busy with something called P48.
Yep.
And, you know, he's crushing it. But yeah, right. Oh, did you get it?
Yeah.
How is it?
Oh.
I still have to look through it a couple times, but it's pretty good.
I would say
I
don't
would've
show it
tried
on
to
screen,
so.
because then YouTube says maybe copyright for nudity or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she kind of went out. But that's my point, is like, Dasu's literally giving it her all. You know, and I would say, like, I gotta give her a lot of respect for that. And there's plenty of capable girls in AKB48 who can take the reins, as Das is proving. But I would say we need to get to the bottom of what's going on with Matsui Jurina. Otherwise, we're gonna have more MVs with holograms and 3D images, and that's not gonna work.
It would
And
be
storyboard.
so much. It would be so much better if she didn't also did some social media silence. Normally, she is very active on Twitter or something on her other social media site. Nothing, not even a word, nothing that's going on, and that makes me worry more. What?
Moriyasu Madoka is out for a bit, but she's still going strong on Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah.
No, even when Jurina's been out in the past, she's been, you know, she's been there, you know, talking and stuff. There's something else going on, and I don't think it's backlash from the Sakuratan incident at Sosenkyo either. I don't think it's that. She got over that. And actually, you know, when we watched, you know, the whole explanation thing, it sounds like she was actually in the right. But I would say that there's something else going on. And as far as MB goes, they could have been genuinely clever about it. They could have made it much more interesting. They could have actually been self-aware and did an MV where they're looking for Jurina the whole time. That might have been cool. They would have been like, you know, they could have like maybe played off that idea, or as you said, Robin, maybe just given us the audio, or hey, postpone the entire thing for a whole year or whenever she comes back, and in that time, hey, maybe write a better song. Just saying, because then you have more time, and then you could like really come out with like the song of the past 10 years, which they could have done. And how fitting would that have been if it would have been Jurina at the helm, where we think all the Golden Gen songs, none's ever going to top them. And then they write this incredible song that invokes everything we love about AKB, and it's Jurina, who's been there since she was not even a teenager, you know, and it would have been a perfect end cap of AKB if AKB were to end like next year. God forbid they don't want them to keep going forever. But I'm just saying, like, it would have been very fitting. But instead, no, we got to schedule the keep. We got to get this, you know, we got to hash it out. Come on, let's hash it out.
Here's a crazy idea now. Maybe Jurina heard the first draft of this song and she's like, hell no.
No, yeah, you know what? If she did that, more power to her. More power to her. And I support that completely. And if she comes out and she's like, okay, you know what? I quit AKB because these guys are chumps and they don't know what they're doing. They're not writing good music anymore. And honestly, like, we can do better, then all power and respect her. But I don't think that's it. Honestly, I think, and I hate to be this extreme, she either got pregnant, she got a boyfriend, and she's pulling a rear upon, which, a side note, rear upon.
Holy crap! Yeah.
Oh man.
But I got to give it up to her. I was laughing my butt off because she's actually right, in a way. But
I gotta say that, yeah.
Yeah.
But she's great. I as much as I'm mad at her for doing what she did, it was hysterical what she said. But we'll get to that. But I was saying, like,
hey, she has 7 fans, right? She has 7 fans right now.
Yeah.
Kami fans.
Very big. But I would say, like, overall, something bigger has happened that maybe has never happened before in the AKB universe. Or if it has, it's been covered up and taken care of much faster. And that's the real story here. I want to know what's really going on with this girl. No one has seen her. Nobody.
Yeah.
It's literally like she went somewhere, like she's hiding out in America in like Wisconsin somewhere in some back end, you know, cabin. Nobody has seen her.
Maybe she had a what Riripon said on the show. Maybe she had a one-night stand after celebrating the Sosenkyo win.
Oh.
If that is true, they're keeping it very well secret. That's
Oh, that'd be
so far.
devastating. Your queen has it. I mean, come on, that would ruin AKB. So that could be it too. They don't know how to handle it. Maybe they're being blackmailed. Maybe there's some extortion going on, and they're trying to figure that out before they release her into the public again. I mean, again, many conspiracy theories can abound. We can have so much fun talking about it, but at the end of the day, she's not there. They put out a less than stellar MV. I'll be nice and just say that. And there's a bigger issue here at play. And I understand you need to have all these coupling songs that would have also had to been postponed, but I don't really see it like that. AKB generally puts out a bunch of content every year, and they could have just put that out on itself. They could have had a Dasu-centered MV where they didn't even have Jurina as part of it, which would have been fine with me because Dasu's amazing, and again, pretty much was a Dasu-centered MV. But why try to put Jurina in there and do it in such a crappy way that you're kind of dishonoring her win, and that's the part that I don't like, because they could have, like I said, they could have been self-aware, and they could have just like maybe really had fun with the idea. They could have poked around at it, and then we could have been like, oh, okay, that's cool, you know, we forgive you, but they didn't. They just went the cheap route.
You know what actually made me, well, I got pissed off so hard at that moment, at the end. They have to throw in that one frame of Jurina smiling like olden years ago. And it's... I think I would forgive them all. I would forgive the entire video if you had at the end that she would, you know, they're looking at her, and then she would turn around and it would be her, just actually her in there. Then I will see you like, hey, at least it's in the video at the end. That would be the positive thing. No, they have to show like when they first aired. Oh my God, when they first aired, they had to show memories like as if she died. It's like, this is so bad. This is like this is the #1 idol group in Japan, and it's not up to par. I would say this title is losing fast. This is getting sad. This is like retired people who are trying to come back, and it's so bad. No, just focus on the new. And it's just I'm flabbergasted. I can't believe they actually gave this to the public and say, look, we're doing fine. Here it is. Yay. Oh my God,
Cringe. Yeah. Ugh.
Josh.
Especially with so much management levels in AKB being such a big group, I imagine it was like it couldn't go up and like saying postponed. Like they're probably pushing them to push it out, and they're like, this is the best we got. This is like the only thing we could do with what we have. And I think I agree with Derek. They could have been more with this theme. Like if they actually went through and like made the whole theme like she's gone, then I think it would have been better. But having this being a little bit safe with it, having a 3D model, having the back pictures, the piano hands, the storyboard, I feel like
piano, I forgot.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have been way better if they stuck with the theme that she's not there.
Yeah.
100%.
The
Because
piano hands.
as it was now, I feel like they were like, oh, she's not really in there, but like we kind of want to honor her. But then at the same time, we only have this much budget for this 3D modeling.
Yeah.
And put this one in there. And I feel like it was a lot of like trying to be safe when they should have just went all out with it.
Yep. Agreed.
I literally forgot that moment. The piano hands moment. It's
Damn
like,
it, Josh!
Then we're showing like, yeah, look at me, I'm playing the storyboard. This is really. I think ever I became a fan of AKB48. I think this is the worst thing. Personally, I've met live. I think when you have those scandal announcements going in there, or when you have maybe when you was a fan and then so long debuted live, you're like, what the hell is this? This is the first time I had this so severely a reaction to something. It's like this is $1 million company, I would say, and this is just bad. This is child's play. This is no words. Unbelievable. Oh, we'll look in the future when the
comments.
Yeah. Yeah, tell us what you think about it in the comments. Just go ahead and rant away, I would say. We'll read about it.
Yeah.
Colin.
Two things. One, I disagree with Derek that the focus was on Dasu. For me, it was more of a Sakura MV. For me, it felt like Sakura. Sakura was the first to talk. More scenes with whatever. Not really with Dasu. But I have some thoughts. Everything about Sentimental Train has been unfortunate. Only because of what happened with Jurina. What that is, we don't know. That leaves us here talking about this uncompleted MV. I like to believe that what we were presented with was something that came out as the best option available for whatever AKS, whatever institution, whatever. They will or want to continue or not with the selling of the CD, possibly because of contracts or whatever. Mm-hmm. And because they have a schedule to keep. Whether we like it or not, we have 4 CDs a year for AKB. On one hand, you can look at it with the thought that AKS didn't want to disappoint fans, customers, and even, the other girls. Not even counting the Sentimental Train, Senbatsu. There are 84 ranked girls on this CD as well, excluding the showroom Senbatsu song. It's there. I like to think that they don't want to disappoint them, just because of Jurina's current situation, whatever that may be. Again. Because maybe that would be disrespectful or a disservice to them. I think that they think this was the best option, best course to take given the circumstances. They could have eliminated Jurina from this MV. They showed the storyboard. There was a body double, the bad CGI. But by adding it, they showed us what they were going for. If that is better than having nothing about her at all, that is for you to decide. I'm not going to decide that. All in all, we are left with what we've been presented with. An uncompleted MV for the 53rd AKB single, of which the center is unavailable because of whatever. And that leaves us and the 48 group where? I don't know. More importantly, I think what will happen when Jurina returns fully recovered. What will happen then? That's it.
Hey, question.
Yeah?
When was the first time Kodama Haruka announced he was taking hiatus?
December.
Yeah.
That's not that far off, I would say.
Mm.
Few more months than a year inactive.
Whoa.
And haven't heard a single thing about her.
Nope, same thing. It's like, what are they thinking? It's like, not only it would be insulting to the fans basically, because that's what we think. Like, we want to see them happy. We want to, we care for them. We invest in them basically. And then no updates. That means it's like, okay, what's happening? Hello, I'm spending so much time on this.
By giving no answers, there are going to be a lot of questions. That's not just with ACAST, that's with everywhere. I agree with you. Not to disagree, but it's true. By not saying anything, you can't either ignore it, or you can see it as being ignored, or something else.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Okay. So, hypothesis. Nothing was wrong. Everything was fine. The MV was finished. Would you still think this was a good MV?
MV and song are two different things for me. So
Both.
Do you? Oh, am I going first? Oh, okay. The song. It's the more that I hear it, I have accepted what it is, and it's calming. For me, a lot of people on Stage 48 I've seen really like it, and I've seen so much support for Jurina in the comments from the YouTube video on Sentimental Train. There's more support than there are positive things, probably. But either way, the song, perhaps, I don't know. I don't know. The MV, I don't know. I want to see it finished first. Before answering that question. At least that is for me that way.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I think the song itself, like if I try to think of it right now, I probably can't remember it. I think that's with like most of these songs. Like the only one I like kind of remember is like the Sandal song, but the rest of them, like if you tell me right now, I can't like hum the chorus or anything. The music video seemed kind of safe-ish, like even if she was there. Like I didn't see really any like big moments or anything. It kind of just seemed like, oh, it's just this little side story. Like it feels like if this was like an anime, it feels like it would be like a filler episode.
Oh.
Very good.
Very good.
Yeah, I think that's how I would describe the music video.
I think this one, Jabaja, is better than this one. I really think there were some positive moments of Jabaja, and I can't even come up with one positive thing of this song, of this music video, of this entire thing.
Yui-han looked pretty.
Well, the thing is, look, they look pretty. They look pretty in every music video. That's the thing. That's the whole thing. You can't compare it because they look amazing. They always look amazing because they are amazing. I'm just looking at the product they lived, and
no, that's pretty bad. It's really bad.
No, at least with Jabaja, if I play it now, I'll still be there like Jabba. And with this one, I know that the build is gonna be like. It's like no, it's nothing. I immediately heard the song. It's like I'm gonna watch or listen to the better version of Nogizaka 46, and then go Sayano no Mi. You know that song. That's a good song. Good music video, very intense. They have like things in their hands and like ropes, and suddenly she's on an island, and then it rained, and apparently she walked on water. It's like that's interesting. Nothing. There's not one positive thing I can say about this music video or the song itself. This, like Derek said, for the past decade, I would say, okay. Am I gonna compare it to Subasawa Night?
Ooh.
I think it's the same level of that kind. I would say this is the same level. But even then, that MV has still moments I'll be like, a little bit interested. Like there's maybe one or two positive. This one, nothing. Not one thing that's good about this one. This is definitely no buy. If you give this CD to me for free, I would still say, thank you, here's it back, send it to someone else, because I don't like wasting things in the end. But still, I don't think this is a good product. this should not be on the shelf for 1,600 yen. Basically, that's normal price, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe if it was 100 yen, I would be like, for the collection. Even then, I'm still debating with this 100 yen. It's like, is this worth it?
Just never open it.
Yeah.
Just maybe put it on the shelf, hide it away. It's like safe, like somewhere there. Mark it
we all
off.
make more like we all make mistakes. Hide it. So yeah.
Black sheep of the family.
Learn of your mistakes.
Right, you learn. Colin's a good way of putting it. You learn from it. I think it's a good point to, you know, as a fan, you support in the good and the bad. AKB's been in a bad rut for a while, and you know, that's just part of the fandom. We were pleasantly surprised last year with NGT's second single, and that kind of gave me a lot more faith and inspiration that AKB hasn't done not by a long shot. If they could pull a song out like that, I know they still have it. But I would say, like, they just really, you know, need to look at this from an outside perspective, not even a Western outside perspective. I'm talking just in general, like extract yourself from the business end of this, because that's I think what's getting bogged down here is they got bills to pay. They're a business. They're a corporation. They got annual quotas to meet now. It's like the same thing when eBay started, and eBay was like this really cool, like, hip thing that was done for a small group of people online that basically built it into this really neat way to sell items to people you never met and trust them to pay you. And then it turned from that into this multi-billion-dollar corporation that doesn't care at all about you anymore, doesn't give one crap about you, and basically it's now for the bigger issues that company faces, which is they have to pay bills. So AKB is kind of in this place now where they got to pay bills, but at what cost? Is it to sacrifice creativity, productivity? The freshness factor has been long gone because, of course, you know, it's AKB's around for a decade now. But they still have one solid, irrefutable component to them that can keep them going forever, and that's the idols. They have amazing girls. They continue every year to bring us new girls that fascinate, make us interested. I mean, just look at Bangkok 48 for crying out. Look at Chaprang. Look at music. Totally beautiful, pleasant, amazing surprises. And boy, did Chaprang look amazing in that MV.
Right.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. So I'm just saying, like, they have an endless supply of talent. So what they need to do is just let the production side be more talented as well. Hire people. Like, to give you another small example, Necronomidal is putting out their new album in next month, and the person who did the cover artwork is Suehiro Masuro, who's a very, very famous manga artist who actually did their first album's art. And I mean, I don't even want to tell you what Ricky had to do to get that and to make that happen, but he could have went the cheap route. He could have went the easy route. He could have done something everybody expected. He didn't. He created something that you could actually have as a cover, hang up on your wall in a framed photo, and not feel weird about it, because it's a work of freaking art. It is a masterpiece cover, and that's the kind of quality you need now in AKB. You need to go that extra mile. You need to do stuff like that, and until they do that, we're just going to keep having more of the same. And I think somebody in their production company needs to step up and be like, hey, let's reevaluate. Let's get some real artists on board here. Let's really do something here. Go ahead, Robin.
Thank you for mentioning the CD jacket.
That's a sarcastic thank you.
Well, because I have this on my mind, I forgot to mention it. So they also show the covers, the CG jackets for every different type. Some of them are fine, you know, some that are fun, you know, with clouds, they're looking there, no makeup style again, it's fine. There's one cover that pissed me off.
Oh.
I don't know which type it is, but if I see this type, I'll burn it. You have the top 16 Senbatsu.
Oh yeah, I know.
In there, not in like a weird order, because otherwise it wouldn't make sense. No, it's like we'll just put there.
Well, not even that, but
oh yeah, we're missing someone. Cloud.
Yeah.
It's right there. It's just it's just so off. It's completely the opposite. I get when they do the half face, when you see one side they have the cloud version and one side with the base wall. But when you put the 16 girls, like 15 of them, in a base cover, and then the other one is like basically file missing 404 not found is on there. It's like we debated in messages like, why not put it in the bottom corner so when you hold the CD you could put your thumb there so you don't have the faces anymore.
Right, that in the middle. That in the middle.
Made sense or something. Maybe you get, when Juna comes back, you get a DLC version. You get a sticker. You can put it on there. And it's like, now it's complete.
Buy separately, Jurina. Buy the Jurina DLC for like 50 yen or something like that.
And this what it was mentioning, Derek, because you said, you know, with the new CD coming out with Necroma, it's like, that's a work of art. There's everything there. There's some style in there. This one, it's like they took headshots, but yeah, we're missing the important one. Let's not try and make it as obvious as possible.
Happy little cloud. Happy little cloud.
I mean, in a small defense of AKS, I will say they are being presented with an incredibly unique problem that they've never had before, and they've had a very short time to solve it. But it's also at the same time, I'm really hard pressed to think there's not a single creative soul amongst that entire company that can sit down and be like, we can do this better. You know, I mean, you know, you could hire a manga artist to do something with this. You could hire somebody to make it so there's a little bit of credibility to what you're doing. So you could take a bad situation and turn into a good thing. You know, if you don't have the creativity, find the creative souls that can do it for you. There are plenty of people that would love to have an AKB credit on their roster because that's a major company they've worked for. It's a notch on the belt for a lot of people. So I just think, like, if you can't do it within your division, you hire people that can, or you at least just take the time. Or you know what? Like you said, Robin, I think your thing was best. Postpone it. Just postpone it. We will all understand.
I would say with hiring the better people. Like Colin did it. Colin was even faster on his side.
I found that on Twitter. It's not
but still, you found it like
someone on Twitter did it faster.
Yeah, it's like, here, just use the storyboard version and put it in there. It's like
better.
This is what I mean. I know they're under a lot of pressure, but you're a major company. Just think before you act.
Yeah.
Even the money, this way your money's gonna be burned. If you were in stock, your stock would go down. This is not working. This is not going good for the future. This will have a backlash, and we will see it when the CD comes out. I predict that the sales still be a lot. They're like, oh look, 1 million on one day. It's like, no, you'll still be like, compared to other CDs, like very low, because there's not a reason to care. But alas, we already talked about this system. Even the hardcore AKB fans in Japan do not care anything about CD. They care about the tickets.
Yeah.
So they don't care. Nobody cares. They're still going on. Music is not important. Just show the faces. Show the handshake tickets.
Yeah, I hate to be that cynical and critical, but you're absolutely right, Robin. And I think it's a little bit of a dark time. I mean, we still got the Junkin ahead of us. We still have, you know, other points within the year that they could come out, and I'm always forever hopeful, because again, for the only reason I'm hopeful is because they have the talent. They got the idols that can surprise and wow me always. You know, just even like looking at like Chiba Eri, like in Produce 48, like just seeing her beautiful smiling face and like how much she brought to that whole series.
Bumbaya.
You know,
Boom kawaii. Yeah.
There's always somebody that makes me interested, and that's cool. That's the really dignifying saving grace note of AKB48 in this time. It's not about revolutionizing the idol industry with the whole handshake system. It's about, you know, what kind of talent can we bring to your mind to experience, and how can we make that talent really stick out and become something that we all can get behind? And that's the problem for AKB moving forward in their the second half of this 10 plus years that they're going to be on now. They have to figure that out. I mean, December's going to be here soon, and that's going to be another anniversary for them, and I would like to think that they're not going to rely on just the brand that they have, but they're going to really want to take it to the next level, especially pre-Olympics. Olympics to me is the cornerstone, the culminating point. And you want to go into the Olympics high. You want to go on a higher note, like a creative. You want to have a particular idol in AKB that everybody's following, like another Achan or Yuko. I mean, because now we don't have Sayane, Karen and Sashi are on their way out. They might stick around for the Olympics. I don't know, but it's like we need like that next girl. So we still got that, but that's been going on for a while now. We've been talking about that for a while. They need to find that girl. They're still looking. There's a lot of them that can be it. We'll see that. I think eventually. I think we will. But they really need to take a step back and then kind of get the music out of this jazzy, weird elevator music rut that they've been in, and really kind of put on some hardcore thought to creating like another Koisoro or Everyday Katusha, because they can do it, because they can. I know they can. And then think about this big problem you have with Jurina. You need to solve that fast. You need to give us some kind of real explanation, not just, oh, she's sick. BS. I call BS. I call total BS. Tell us who the guy is that got her pregnant. What is she doing about the baby? I mean, seriously, at this point, what is going on? Or heck, bring back Rear Punch. She seems to know what she's talking about.
Yeah.
She could shed some light on all this, because she is the resident ex-AKB philosopher who is still spilling some truth, mind you.
She's out of contract, so she can do whatever she wants now. She can be on shows and tell the dish. Yeah.
You guys want to explain that for people who don't know what we're talking about?
Oh, yes, please explain.
Okay, so basically what happened, she was on a show, and I only saw bits and pieces of there, but she was like on a show, she got interviewed, and this guy was asking the hard questions about idol stuff. And the top 3 things I noticed, it was they asked her about did she have one-night stands, and well, she didn't, because she fell in love and wanted to be married right away. But she knows idols have been doing one-night stands. That's the thing. What are the other 2? I think I just wrapped them all up in one. Oh, Josh, can you help me out here?
That's the only one I know.
Me too.
Well, it's more okay. So she's like, you're still an idol, but you don't have many fans. She's like, I still have my 7 fans, Kami 7, stuff like that. And I think she's doing fine. She's really happy with the married life and still doing entertainment. So good for her on that side. She really bounced up. Still hate the betrayal she did, but in the end, it's like, hey, she had a reason for it. So.
Yeah, I think she said something like she was like one of the most pure, because all she did was like fall in love and then just get married. While and then the host was like, so are there like one-night stands? And she's like, yeah, there are.
No,
yeah, but then the funny part was that she was like, well, they talk about the betrayal and stuff, and she's like, yeah, but aren't my fans? They want me to be happy, right? And I'm very happy.
I'm super duper happy. It was like, yeah, that's so true. Funny. Hey, you got us. That's basically it. It's like, we want you to be happy. Oh, you're happy? Well, basically, yeah, you got us. Don't agree with the betrayal part, but true. Hey, you chose the happy route. Maybe that's.
I mean, it's like
the way she did it was a little iffy, but she's happy.
In the end, that's the thing. Okay, one more thing before we go on. I want to address this rumor that happened about Produce 48. So apparently, one of the Koreans' talent agency is interested in buying some of the talents from AKS that were on Produce 48. So what do you think about those situations?
Ooh, that's actually interesting, to be quite honest, because I don't know. It makes sense, because after the whole 48 thing, they know they are capable and they already have stage presence. So yeah, it's more like, but then it's going to turn out like in the football world, like transferring and.
I would say, Miyu and Meow, just
Yeah.
transfer. It's like, hey, done with
Yeah.
AKB, we're going out to Korea. Apparently, we know the language, people like us. We're gonna make music over there. I would say even with Chibari, it's like, hey, people like me. That's a lot more than here in AKB48. I'll move over there. It's like even with other idols that are thinking, like I can go to Moe. That's like struggling in AKB48 and not in Produce 48. I think for a lot of them it would be interesting to go over there. Sorry about that. So I think it's a lot harder because they have contracts. They're all also with talent agency. But if there's money involved, hey, anything can happen. And if they agree upon it, yeah, maybe we'll see transfers. Who knows?
I mean, if you know, just watching, I finally caught up on Produce 48 while I was doing some work, and I you know, fascinating as usual. I'm getting a little bit bored with the repetition of it, but it's like I'd say overall it's interesting, and I gotta be honest, the girls that are still in it, they're really developing, and they're really kind of now fitting in with the whole K-pop vibe and culture, and they certainly have their fans there.
Yep.
But I would say, you know, this is gonna be another reason that I would say AKS needs to get their act together, because they're gonna start losing girls to other agencies,
Exactly.
other things.
Exactly.
This is
Maybe
I mean-
maybe the whole K-pop thing is finally the wake-up call AKS desperately
Right?
needed. It's a
Right?
wake-up call.
that's what I'm saying. Like Miho, for example, you're gonna lose Miho probably in 2 seconds, and why
Miu
not?
is gone. Miu is gone as well, probably.
She can't ever get anywhere in AKB, so it's like
Yeah.
she goes to Korea, she's a star, and same with Koji Mamako and all the other girls. I mean, why wouldn't they go there? If they can be on the top instead of at the bottom of an AKB roster, I'd go. I mean,
How,
Even the Shitao Miu, or even the Shitao Miu from Team 8.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So
my God,
unknown.
She's killing it. She is
Yeah.
killing it. So,
How
I
many
agree.
of you liked Rollin' Rollin', by the way?
I like the song with Takashi Juri the most. The one that where it had a great beat. I forget.
I
what it was.
Am.
I think it was.
Yeah, I am.
All right. Oh, that song was. Oh my God, I had goosebumps. It was good.
Well, the thing is,
All of them.
by the way, Takashi Juri with long hair. Yes, please keep it.
Oh yes,
keep it.
more.
Perfect.
More.
Yes.
Needs more. Needs more. Yeah.
Takashi Juri, please do it.
And Lee Kaun. Lee Kaun is just.
Yeah.
I think Shiro Miru said it on the latest episodes. Like, I want Lee Kaun to be on NMB 48.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah. That does.
Oh,
Ooh, yeah.
Yes, please.
Please.
That's cool. NMB would go like straight up.
Yeah.
Like,
Immediately, just.
immediately.
Instant. Yeah.
Oh, actually, what if that happens? Now that would be interesting.
That'd be
I'll go
Or-
crazy.
Yeah. Or J1 and Sakura, for that matter. Oh man. Oh.
Interesting.
Or
Andrew-
Hewon with the Sato Minami, of course, the mother-daughter relationship.
Yep. Exactly.
That would be awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or
awesome.
Flores still hates me for this, but I really like to see Promise 9 and NGT48 working together.
Yeah,
Oh.
Just
I'd be down with that.
just make a Korean 48 and just put the top on there in
Right?
that group. Just do it. Like, go crazy, go ham.
They probably do.
Yeah.
Manila, Bangkok, yeah, Korean. That's getting in there.
Well,
Conquering all the
something is going
Asian
to-
countries.
Something is going to happen after the final episode upcoming Friday. Something is going to happen.
very,
yeah.
very so. Hey, well, we mentioned at the beginning of the show when you were in Makuri.
Makara Messe.
Yeah. So today something happened
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
out of the
Guerrilla
blue.
Live. Guerrilla Live.
Yeah.
From
So
Produce 48.
they
Oh,
got on the
yeah.
plane while the Handshake event just started. They moved on there and they did a sudden surprise live performance of Nekoya. And I heard some reports on there and just seeing a few videos on the performance. It's like, you have so many fans, you have so many power on there. You have a song that people are actually interested into. Get it? This works.
Connect,
Exactly.
connect the dots.
Yeah, hire the composer of Nekoya, IKS. Do it already.
Oh yeah. Alright, so we had a lot to talk about on this week.
Yep.
Let's go into our recommendations and plugs, I would say. Who wants to do it
Recommendation?
first?
I'm going first. Friday, final ep of Produce 48.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll know who's top 12.
Mhm. Okay.
Anyone else?
If you haven't already, watch the Romeo and Juliet stage play.
Oh yeah.
It
Oh, nice.
was great. Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome.
Both versions were great. If you like one over the other, I get it. Nitpicking. I I had done that too. It's great. I believe tomorrow in Japan it's someone's birthday. It's Mayoshi's birthday. So yes, 23rd birthday. She's older than me, by the way. It's quite funny. She's getting a present from me at Tower.
Oh my!
I'm giving
Wow,
her to
really?
Tower.
Oh my! Oh my!
Yeah, doing it. I've already bought it. I can show you. I have it.
You already got the credits on the showroom.
Yes.
Oh, find a good timing to do that. Not at the start, not at the end. Try to find it when she's just talking, and then suddenly Tower. And then she'll know, like, oh, who is it? Also try to say your name. You'll be number one, so you can do comments. Find the perfect timing on that.
It's luckily it's on Tuesday, and I'm off on Tuesday, so I hope she does it her regular time, which is 4 p.m. Till 5 p.m. our time, and that will be great. Okay. So
Derek.
Sorry, if you could handshake with her and tell her like, it was her birthday, and you could handshake with her on her Seitan side, what would you say to her?
Ooh.
Keep on smiling.
Oh.
Just as long as you smile, I smile. Because if she cries, I cry. That happened during So Thank You. You guys didn't see because I have my phone in front of me, so I was like, you didn't know.
Well, we were drinking too, so who knows?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Maybe Miroslav noticed. I don't know. Maybe. But anyway. No, because he was sitting right next to me. I don't know if he noticed. And you guys were like, I was like in the back, and you guys were more in front. I was like,
was an eventful night. Josh.
Yeah, that's true.
Check out the video we just put out.
Yeah, there's something on over your right shoulder, I would say, in the back. It has a little letters in there. I see SLOPE.
Oh, that? Yeah.
That thing. Okay.
Yeah, new video with Necronominal. There'll be another one coming soon, which should be fun as well. And
Can't wait.
Can't wait,
more stuff based on East meets West coming soon.
Yeah, you guys doing a lot of Twitch as well. That's also fun to watch, the little live interaction. You can chat with it, you know, you can give some bits if you want, and have more fun interaction on that side. Your own videos, you had to do a re-recording because of the MVs?
Yeah. So I did that. That'll go up probably today. It's been like 2-3 weeks that I haven't put anything up, but I've been recording the whole time, which is weird. So
yeah, so you've been producing content, but not on your own channel.
Withholding it.
No, but I've also been making stuff for my channel too. So that's why I've been busy. But I just haven't put it up because I've been editing other stuff. but all that will go up, and it's already going up slowly on Facebook and on YouTube. I'll release this week's today. So,
okay. Awesome.
Okay.
Derek.
Oh, Robin, you can. I'll go last round. It's cool.
Okay, well, basically, first of all, I'd like to apologize about the lack of content we've done on our Patreon page. It's because, you know, Derek was busy with his East Music Festival, and DX was on vacation in Japan. I had a lot of work to do, just like a lot of work, because currently at my work, understaffed. One person shortened his hours to 16 hours a week, and one person decided to go to Hong Kong and live there. Awesome. So now my department is like a little bit going crazy. But good news, I have taken the month off in the entire month of September. So I will reschedule with the other guys, and we'll do a lot more content in that month. So if you're supporting on Patreon, I'm apologizing. Just message me if anything is wrong or do you want anything, so we can message on that side. But the extra content is coming soon. So still, if you're supporting, thank you so much on that side. I really, 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 really appreciate that. So look that to the future. On content-wise, well, we got the MV. So what's now the next step? We got Nogi, we got Kea, we got, I would say, HKT is coming up with a new single soon. They will announce it, I would say.
Oh, an announcement, yeah, probably.
Announcement, most likely.
Yeah. So and of course we have NGT. They did the MV filming, so probably that is coming soon.
Yeah, still need to hear the song itself. So yeah.
NMB2 because Sayane is graduating.
That's also a thing. Her concert is not that far off, so
the concert,
hopefully. So lots of things coming up. The junk and preliminaries were in there, so that's also happening soon in September. We got things to look forward to. We'll see on that side.
Yes.
All right, Derek.
Okay, so couple things. I'm just gonna run through these. Necrodome Idol is doing a online show called The Witching Hour with Nogi Nick, and that will be coming out very shortly next month. It's gonna be like an hour long. We're gonna do some fun stuff. The very first episode is gonna have a bit of variety of things. Basically, just trying again to bring idols out and get them some exposure. Nogi Nick has been amazing. He's been fun to work with. He's really freaking cool. Also, he has a lot of connections to people that we don't have connections to, which is another huge important thing for us. And also, too, he's just, I don't know, he's genuine, and I like genuine people. And after hanging out with him a couple times, I realized, like, he has a passion for idols just like us. So please check out Witching Hour when it comes out. I don't know exactly when. We haven't figured that out yet, but it'll be coming up soon.
Where?
So next month.
Where?
It's online. It's going to be probably on his Twitch channel.
Okay.
I think that's where we're going to start it. We might move elsewhere, but I think at this point it's going to be on Twitch. We're also doing Necrodome Idol will be in October, the very first weekend in October at the HP Lovecraft Film Festival. They're going to be doing a couple shows there. They were asked to play. Well, not asked. I mean, I busted my butt to get them that show actually, but like then I don't know. They're going to make an appearance there. And then the big thing I'm going to be announcing and talking about will be in November, from November 1st to November 11th. It's a multi-coastal American tour, starting on the West Coast, going to the East Coast. On the West Coast, it's going to be Toriana and Oyasumi Hologram. I'm working with them to bring them to San Francisco and San Jose for a string of dates, and then Oya Holo will fly over to New York City and link up with Necrodome Idol to do New York City, Philadelphia, maybe New Jersey. I don't know. Well, I have like one more date I'm working on, and then the whole tour will be done, and then I'll start making announcements this week. But basically, it's a pretty big endeavor. It's like I think like 9 shows. So I will be in America for that time as well. But that's all going to be coming out too. The good thing about that is Oya Holo hired me to do it this time. So it's not me inviting them. They hired me to actually set up this whole tour. So there is a bit of pressure off of me in that regard, but I'm still going to need a lot of support, a lot of people to show up to these shows. Because, again, I want to bring idols to the Western world, and if no one shows up, they'll have no reason to go. So, and totally understand that it's way easier and much more profitable for you as a fan to spend $1,000 and go to Japan, and you can see a ton of groups. I get that, and by all means, if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. I totally respect that. But I'm also like to say, you know, if you can find it in your heart or your ability to spend some money and come out to these shows, if you don't live near those areas, please do that as well, because it'll be fun. East Meets West proved it. It doesn't matter where you're from, you're gonna have a blast because idols are awesome. You're gonna get a chance to meet them. I guarantee it. You'll meet them and you'll have a chance to talk to them. I don't know, Toriana, she's not exactly an idol, but she's been playing a lot with idols. In fact, Necroma's playing with Toriana in a couple weeks actually, which I think is awesome. So you'll have a chance to talk to her. You'll have a chance to Oya Holo. They're the coolest, 3 people you're ever going to meet. The 2 girls and Ogawa-san, their writer, just the best people ever. And, of course, Necroma, I can't say enough good things about them. So please support that. That's going on in November. There'll be a lot more details coming out here soon once I get it all figured out. This week is kind of like my get it all done week. So once it's done, then every detail will be out. And then please support. So that would be my recommendations. Thank you, guys.
Very good.
It's funny.
Nice.
Me and Derek will switch. He'll be in America, and then I'll be in Japan.
But me and you are crossing over because me and you are trying to set up a bunch of interviews. So I'm hoping me and you can do that because me and you'll have a blast doing it. And I think hopefully Josh will have a ton of stuff to put out there for when his time's right. And then I'm going. So see you, Josh.
Oh, hey there. Leaving.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
From the plane.
From the airport.
One day, I have to go.
Very good then.
So yeah.
Okay, well, with that up, this was a extra long version of 48 Talk this week. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time then, guys.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Bye.